Hey guys, we are back with some more Atlanta Thrashers franchise mode, this time on FHM 7. So we'll be doing the remainder of this franchise mode on FHM 7. And I'm not sure how much longer I want to go on with this GM mode, maybe 1 or 2 more years. I think that was the original plan anyway. I mean, obviously we won the Stanley Cup. The Atlanta Thrashers are here to stay in the league, but nonetheless, I would like to go on a little bit longer here. See if we can repeat, maybe three-peat after that as well. So it looks like we have the draft lottery coming up tomorrow. And if we look in free agency, Daniel Alfredsson's available. There's also Chris Neal, Arkhipov, there's Clemenson, Dubilowitz. I don't think, besides maybe Alfredsson, that there's anyone who I'd be too interested in. And even Alfredsson, I would rather play our younger players because we do have Grabner coming up. And I feel like if we signed Alfredsson, that would take away time from Higgins, Peltonen probably as well. All these guys who just won us the Stanley Cup, so I figure we may as well go into next season with relatively the same roster. I do want to go after Anthony Niemi if he is on waivers, which he likely will be because of Buffalo's goaltending situation. I mean, they have literally 5 NHL caliber goaltenders, or future caliber goaltenders anyway, because I believe they had Ben Bishop as well. As we take a look at Buffalo, yeah, they have Crawford, Miller, Niemi, Bishop, and Bernier. I mean, that is a lot. That is more goaltenders than any team could need. So hopefully they will indeed drop Niemi to waivers, and that is when we will definitely have to put in a claim for him, because our current goaltending situation, we do have Pavlich, who just came up, but our main 2 goaltenders, Javi Bulin and Thomas, they're 35 and 34 years of age. I prefer to get my hands on another goaltender if we can. So without further ado, let us get into the draft lottery. And I believe it's a little different this year in FHM 7 with how it works, visually anyway. So Grabner wants 17. No, that belongs to Kovalchuk. So we'll give you 40. Wow, so just as I was talking about Buffalo's goaltending situation, they, for whatever reason, pick up Devin Dubnyk, who has a 4.5 star potential, and let's see their goaltending situation now. I mean, this is ridiculous. Crawford, Miller, Niemi, Bishop, Bernier, Dubnyk. How many goaltenders do you need? Like, look at this. Look at their potential goaltenders. 5 star, 5 star, 4.5 star, 4.5 star, 4 star, 3 star. They're going to have to put oh, you know what? They're probably gearing up because they know they're going to have to put Niemi on waivers. They probably won't have to put Dubnyk since he's only 22. Yeah, Dubnyk is not waiver eligible until 2012, whereas Niemi is. So that's probably what they're preparing for. They know they're going to have to put Niemi on waivers. I mean, they're definitely set in goal, no doubt about that, but a little too set, I guess. I mean, maybe they're also preparing to trade Miller because he only has 1 year left on his deal. Maybe. Maybe he's just asking for too much. Maybe that's why they traded for Dubnyk. Who knows? But, man, they just have way too many goaltenders. So we could definitely afford to steal Niemi off waivers if he ends up going on waivers, which he probably will. Anyway, enough about Buffalo's goaltending situation. Let's take a look at the draft lottery. And here, different visual setup this year. So you have Edmonton, Columbus, Pittsburgh, the Islanders, Phoenix, Philadelphia, Tampa Bay, Boston, Colorado, Toronto, Chicago, St. Louis, San Jose, and Carolina in the draft lottery. So at 14 will be the Oilers, 13, Columbus, 12, Pittsburgh, Islanders will stay at 11, Phoenix will move up to the top 3. They are not picking 10th. Tampa will be picking at number 9, Boston picking at number 8, Colorado picking at number 7, Toronto picking at number 6, Chicago number 5, St. Louis at number 4. Now it's down to San Jose and Carolina and Phoenix for the first overall pick. Third will go to Carolina, and number 2, Phoenix and San Jose wins the draft lottery. And now we have the NHL entry draft. We have a total of, I can't even see how many picks we have because it goes off the page here, but we do have 2 first-round picks, one from Buffalo and our own. So that being said, let us get to our first pick. So Erik Karlsson, in this universe, gets drafted by San Jose. As Steven Stamkos goes to Phoenix, Tyler Johnson goes to Carolina, Roman Josi to St. Louis, Frederick Anderson to Chicago, Drew Doughty to Toronto, Jordan Eberle to Colorado, Carlson to Boston, Pietrangelo to Tampa, Martin Jones to Philly, Braden Holtby to the Islanders, Tanev to the Pittsburgh Penguins, and we're already down to the 2.5-star potentials. So doesn't look like we're going to be getting any studs out of this draft necessarily, but potentially someone for the middle six in the on the forward core, or a top 4 defenseman maybe. So there's Tyler Ennis available. Not too impressed with his mental. Could be better. But he is pretty good physically and already pretty well developed offensively as well. So definitely someone to consider. Anders Lee here will absolutely never get injured. His entire body is sturdy. Matthias Ekholm is looking pretty nice defensively here. 14 defensive read, 15 checking, 15 stick checking. Nothing too weak about him either. He's got basically normal durability. Yeah, I think I'll take Ekholm here with this pick. Welcome to Atlanta, Matthias Ekholm. And now with our pick, there is still Lee, Boma, Balker, Hamonic. So since we took a defenseman with the last pick, we'll take a forward with this pick. We'll take Josh Bailey, 1-star current rating, 2-star potential. Pretty solid ratings all around. I wish his mental was higher, but there doesn't appear to be too many good mental players in this draft anyway. I've taken a look at the mental ratings, and there's not too many players that stand out mentally. So I think I'm just going to take the best player available here, which would be, in my opinion, Josh Bailey. We are down to 3 2-star potentials, which are all goaltenders. So I think we'll take a goaltender here. So Terry actually looks better than Hutchinson based off what we're seeing here. But his scouting grade's a B, so that may not be entirely accurate. We'll take him anyway. And now, as far as 2-star potentials, we are left with Hutchinson. I think we might take Luke Shen here because he's the best player available as far as his ability goes. He's already a 1-star, but only a 1.5-star potential. And that mental category I'm not really a fan of, but his defensive category is solid. The physical category is okay as well. So we'll take Luke Shen here. And I think all that's left are really players that I don't particularly care about because taking a look at all the top guys here, no one really stands out to me. Yeah, we're just going to sim the rest of the draft here. So that being said, there's basically nothing that I want to do in free agency. Alfredson has already been signed by Minnesota, and all of who's left, 2-star players who would probably just end up being 4th-liners. Let's do our due diligence and see where we're at. See if we really need anything. Maybe we could use a defenseman because Caberlet and Skula are kind of dropping off a little bit, especially Caberlet, because Skula's always been 1.5-star, but he's generally simulated well. I don't know about Caberlet, because last year was definitely his weakest year. So if that's any sign of him dropping off, maybe I want to acquire a defenseman. And then as far as 4s go, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 is Vasicek. What we'll do is we'll get a depth defenseman and we'll get a depth forward, but that's basically it. Chris Neal, he is 29 years of age. I honestly, he could be a solid 4th-liner for us. I think we'll offer Chris Neal. I will give him $2 million for 3 years. And I mean, Numminen at 40 years old, he certainly would be a solid replacement defenseman. He is still a 2-star ability. Still got some great mental category. Physical category even is still up there. So yeah, I don't see why not. He would certainly be a solid veteran presence on the back end. So we'll just meet his demands. Give him a little bit more than what he wants. I'll give him 2.1. So hopefully we get Neal and Numminen. But other than them two, I think we are done. Although I do want to make sure that I'm getting waiver notifications just to know when Niemi goes on, when he inevitably goes on, because I'm pretty certain that he will. But besides all that, once Neal and Numminen sign, I think we can move on with the rest of the offseason and get into the preseason. That's unfortunate. Neal signs with the Sharks and Numminen signs with the Hurricanes. So we got neither of them. We're going to have to look into other options here. Arkhipov, oof, that injury tendency. Staying away from you. I mean, I guess getting Breland back as a replacement player on a cheaper contract wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I'll offer him a contract. And it's not like we're going to give him a multi-year deal here anyway. So we'll give him 1 year for 1.8. Hewitt is only out for 1 to 2 months, so he'll be good to go by the time the season starts. He looks pretty solid. He's 37 years of age. He does tend to get injured in his arms, but it's not that bad everywhere else. So I think we will approach him with an offer. And Breland signs with the Stars. And there's Heward after several days of negotiating. So we will not give him number 6 because that is currently taken. We'll give him 7. Still like to get that backup forward. So now we'll go after Shashinsky because he is the best forward available in free agency. Even though he's only a 1.5 star current ability, still cannot hurt. And there it is. Shashinsky has signed with us, and it appears that he is actually only 1-star talent. So that is unfortunate. Okay, I want to know what in the world is Buffalo doing? They just traded Mikko Koivu to Columbus for Jonathan Quick. What is Buffalo? Crawford, Miller, Niemi, Bishop, Bernier, Dubnyk, Quick. Buffalo's GM AI must be screwed up or something because this is just... I mean, I can appreciate, preparing for the future, preparing for possibly Miller leaving, preparing for Niemi having to go on waivers probably, but you don't need this many goaltenders. Trade Bernier at least, trade Bishop, trade somebody. Don't just keep acquiring goals. Wow. So we're here in preseason. Buffalo still has not put Niemi on waivers. I can only assume that he will eventually be put on waivers before the start of the regular season. So let us simulate up to the start of the regular season. And by then, we should have our hands on a free Antti Niemi. So we are finished with preseason. Our roster is now set. Pikkinen had a stellar performance in the preseason. 73 offensive grade, 70 defensive grade. Stahl was pretty good as well. Pavlich, nice showing for the rookie, 68 grade. Ludman and Phillips, solid defensively as usual. So now we will see what happens with Buffalo's goaltending situation because they will undoubtedly have to waive Antti Niemi. And there it is. Antti Niemi has been placed on waivers by the Buffalo Sabres. So we will indeed be placing a claim for Antti Niemi this time. Let's hope we get him. Look at all these players on waivers. And the best one by far, Antti Niemi. Please come to Atlanta, Niemi. We would absolutely love your help here. And there it is. Antti Niemi is now a member of your Atlanta Thrashers by the way of waivers. That is phenomenal. You can get number 33. And welcome to the team. Man, that was probably the easiest star goaltender pickup I've ever had. So that means, I believe, someone is expendable here. I mean, I hate to cut either of Thomas or Hobby Bullen because they both helped us get to the Stanley Cup last year. But someone's got to go. Hobby Bullen didn't play in the playoffs at all last year. Thomas did, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he did. He was the one who carried us through the playoffs. So I think it's going to be Hobby Bullen here. Sorry, Hobby Bullen, you served us well. But it is time for us to move on from you. So let's just see if we can get a draft pick back from him. A 4th from Detroit, 4th from Calgary as well, and Washington. A 4th from Ottawa. Absolutely not. Not giving him to Ottawa. I think we'll send him to the West. We will complete a trade with Calgary. There you go. And there you go. Niemi is now in our lineup, as well as Andre Pavlich. That looks phenomenal. So with that all being done, I think we'll end it off here. And the next one, we look to defend our title. See you guys then.